Okay, here's our famous vacuum boom again, and you can see it's a model. It's not exactly the same, but here it is in one position, and we're going to see what happens, not just by finding cable sizes, but seeing what happens when we apply a load to it of 1,000 pounds. So we have to fix it in place. This column is put in place. Well, let's first see what material it is. It's an alloy steel. Okay, and so we can do our stress analysis. And create a study, and everything comes up on my other screen, but there it is. Create a study, and we're pretty sure the materials we know. It's an alloy steel. That's good. And it says to fix it at these bolts. This is actually how it would be done. Have that one, that one, that one. Let me flip around to the back corner. And that one, so I could apply those. Now I'm going to flip down to kind of this bottom corner. I'm going to put them on these bottom ones too. So it's being captured by the bolts. And we're saying that those are holding it in place. Sandwiching those parts. And this is very realistic. It's pretty much how it's held in place. And then I'm going to flip around so I get into the kind of normal view here. The force is 1,000 pounds pushing down. And let's just see what happens when I simulate this. So I'll go ahead and run this study. And it's working hard. Working. Here's the progress bar for it. There it is. Whew! Pretty high. Displacement of 1 inch. It's probably a little too much, and a safety factor of 0.3. So this is not going to work. It's not going to do its thing. Looks like the cable itself is maybe okay. Maybe it's not. We might have to change the cable size. This thing itself looks okay. This bar looks okay. I see mostly blue and green. All in here. A little bit tough down here. I might need to do some work down here to make it a little stiffer at the bottom or unload it down there. So and I would put these numbers in to a spreadsheet like I did before. And let's see what might be able to be changed. The pipe, I could maybe change that to a stiffer pipe, maybe a bigger wall thickness. I could maybe make that base plate thicker. Maybe I could move those anchor bolts a little bit closer to the pipe. Maybe I can make the beam height a little bit more or less, pad height, pad thickness, pad size. I think that's this thing over here. I can change my W beam. All that kind of stuff I can change. Tension wire, I can make it bigger if I find I still have some problems. So they're all things that I can change, and I can play around in those. And I can also look at how else I can constrain this. And I do see that there's a place back here for me to bolt a stabilizer bar. So I could take that surface there and constrain it. Likewise, I could just say, well, that surface right there could be constrained. I could probably constrain either one of those. So let me just see what happens if I add that constraint. So I want to add another fixed constraint to that surface. Let me rerun this thing. Thinking a while, going forward, doing some more. And now I've got my displacement much less, quarter of an inch. And but I still have some work on my safety factor. So this didn't do everything. But I could note this and I could do some more and I could see that it's a little red around here. So I could maybe put a fillet on that, or I could make this piece a little bit bigger. I could also see I've got some issues up here to deal with and maybe do some work there. What's it like down on the bottom here? This is all looking good down here. That solved these ones for sure. Solved these ones for sure. Well, I got a little bit of problem on that one still. So I might need to, you know, beef this up a little bit so it's a little thicker, like a bigger washer. Do something right there. Might need to move that out a little bit or move this a little closer. Move this in closer to this support. But that really seems to have cared for a lot of it. Just right in here. So I see the main issue left is right in here. By adding this one, it took most of the other problems. I've got a little bit of issue up here, and I could put a fillet on that. We'll talk about all those things, but that's essentially what you're going to do, and you're going to record all of the changes that you do each time you resimulate so that you can learn, what is the most effective and least effective things for you to do.